I wanted to address something that's happened to me today. Woo! I'm furious. Absolutely furious of what's taking place to me today. So, I was almost on Can't Pay or We'll Take It Away. It's a British show that runs out here where if you have some bill or some debt that you didn't pay, they'll come and send a bailiff. So a bailiff came to my house, not today necessarily, but a bailiff came to my house on, what's today, Tuesday? A bailiff came to my house on Friday or Saturday, right? And what's upsetting about it is this. Only a couple weeks ago, hey Carly, how are we doing? I'm feeling great. Thank you for checking in. Bailiff comes to my house on Friday or Saturday and hands me. I've balled it up because I've been so upset, but hands me a citation of enforcement agent visit. Hands me this piece of paper. And I immediately go, what in the heck are you talking about? I don't owe nobody nothing. So you can't pay, we're going to take it away. He says, I got 48 hours to pay this thing, or he's going to come in my house and start seizing my goods. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, and if I rewind back, this is what took place. A couple weeks ago, I'm in Zante, Greece, having a good time. And I get this email about this bill. And I'm like, what's this bill about? It doesn't say who it's for, it just said I need to pay this bill. Let's get a thumbs up, get some more likes on this video. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on that says you're gonna come to my house and think you're gonna threaten me with stealing my stuff? I pay all my bills. I don't owe nobody nothing that ain't being paid on time, okay? And I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? And this dude, so I called, like 2 weeks ago, I called, leave a message like, what are you talking about? What does this email pertain to? Who are you and who are you saying I owe money to? Long and short, they don't get back to me. Next thing I know, they show up to my door. Saturday, that's when they show up. Show up to my door on a Saturday morning. I just slam the door like, what do you want, right? Boom. Again, they give me this civil enforcement notice visit, right? Telling me I owe them 440 pounds and 69 pence plus an enforcement fee of 235 pounds. And I'm like, but who do I saying that I owe money to? Tell me who, right? He won't tell me anything. So I then called him again and he says, oh, it's with this particular city. So it's a council tax bill for a property that I have down in Black Country towards the Midlands, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't owe this city anything. Everything is on a direct debit. So it doesn't make any sense that I owe them 440 pounds and 69 pence. So what you haven't seen, the reason this thing is so balled up, because I finally get on the phone. I call the council. I wish I could reenact it. I have the cameras, so I probably could put a video of me yelling and screaming. I mean, I was screaming at this council lady because I was like, what in the hell are you talking about? You telling me, I was like, what's the process? How in the world? I said, don't normally people send you a letter, then maybe a second letter, then maybe a warning, then maybe a final warning, and then a notice of enforcement, and then a visitation? I said, I ain't got none of this. The only thing I got is some dude with a camera on his chest threatened to come in my property and seize goods to settle a bill that's at least 440 pounds and 69 pence. I said, that don't make no sense, does it? Does it make sense to you? And this is when I'm yelling at the phone lady. And I'm yelling. She ends up hanging up the phone on me because I'm yelling, right? So I'm screaming down the phone. I call back, go through the whole process, and I'm talking to this lady. So I get to another lady. And I'm calling, and I'm yelling. And I just told this lady, let me just say my piece, and I'm going to let you talk. So I say my piece. I go through the whole spiel I just went. I said, nobody sent me a letter. Nobody sent me a second letter, a third, a fourth, a fifth letter. All I got is some dude with a camera on his chest handing me a paper talking about I owe all this money and I need to start paying my bills. That's what he told me. I need to start paying my bills. I said, what in the hell are you talking about? Right? So I finally get through. The lady on the phone is calm and she's talking to me. And I'm like, I don't even know what this pertains to. And I tell her this story. And I said, you didn't even send me the process. You didn't even send me a letter. And I said, I ain't even talked about the fact that I don't owe you anything. Like, so what in the hell is this all about? And so we get into this like discussion about it because long of the story is my forwarding address is different from the house address in the sense that there are two streets with the same name where I live at. So without saying where I live at, it's like saying that my house number is 25 Main Street, and then there's another 25 Main Street like 3 miles up the road. So a lot of times whenever I like order takeout food, all my takeout food always gets to me late because they send it to the other house that's like miles away, and then they end up coming to me. Even though I write on when I do a takeout, I tell them, hey, go to this postcode. This is the directions how to get here. They always end up going to the other 25 Main Street house without fail. And the lady's like, well, we sent you these letters, we sent you this, we sent you that. I'm like, ain't nobody send me jack crap. The only thing is this dude show up at my door. And then she finally gets into it. So I write, she was like, write an email. So I write it in an email and we do all of that, right? And then what happens is she gets my email, apparently it's like how should I say it? I end up talking to this was customer support, and then I ended up talking to the collections manager when I sent the email. The collection manager picks up my email from the council that I sent it to. And do I have the email? I don't have the email. But they then end up calling the debt collector and telling them, oh yeah, he doesn't owe this, we're canceling all this. Because I said, no shit, I don't owe you no money. And I said, how do you come to my house, threaten to take stuff off you got a bailiff threatening to take stuff off the wall. I don't owe you nothing. Because I told the lady, I said, it ain't about the money. I said, I can pay you the money right now. I said, it ain't about the 400, 500, 700 pounds. I got the money, I can pay you right now. But I'm not, because I'm going to pay you something, A, I don't know nothing about, and B, I ain't going to pay you something I don't owe you. I just don't owe you any money. And so then they go look on the system, and it became this whole system error. And I said, look, you done made me, like what I haven't said is, I'm in here yelling, screaming. I broke a glass. I threw a glass on the ground. I was like furious because this bailiff come back to the house today, threatening me, talking about they about to seize assets in my house. I'm like livid. I'm just like livid. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, I've watched the show, Can't Pay, They Take It Away. It ain't like I can't pay. I was like, I can pay it, but I don't owe you the money. So why the hell I'm gonna pay you? So, man, what did I do with that bag of glass? I mean, I threw a glass, it shattered everywhere. I was hot, I was livid. But that's kind of like my Can't Pay, Take It Away story is dealing with these council tax people in this country. They are relentless and ruthless. And I think it's improper. They said, the lady had the nerve, her name was Kirsty, something like that. She says, you need to take that up with Royal Mail. I said, so you want me to try to sue Royal Mail for the delta of this bill? Which when they looked at the bill, they said, oh, it was like, I owe like 2 pounds, something negligible. They ended up wiping that off. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. This is like 700, maybe 800 pounds of a bill that you want me to pay. And you telling me once you finally look in your system, it's some negligible amount, pennies, pence, and you talk about, I gotta pay. I ain't about to pay you no money I owe you. These councils are crazy. I'm like, it's improper. She's talking about, oh, you need to take that up with Royal Mail. I said, the nerve of you. And this is why the lady ended up hanging up on me the first time. I said, how the F am I going to sue the Royal Mail for sending my packages to another place? You over here saying in your system, you've sent me 6, 7 email or messages. Ain't sent me nothing besides a guy at my door talking about you're going to take my stuff. Get up out of here. But the long and the short of it is, they wiped it off. Because I didn't owe nobody no money. And like I said, it's all like, I totally like balled this thing up when he came today. I was livid. Because I'm like it says it right here, it says, an enforcement agent, I have attended your premises today. with the intention of taking control of your goods in accordance with the taking control of goods fees regulations of 2014. At this time, your goods are bound. You cannot remove, sell, or otherwise dispose of them. This is what this piece of paper says. Telling me that I can't move or sell anything in my house. They might come try to take my car. Please call me. They give me the number. Of course I call this guy. I call him straight asshole. That's the only way to say it. Straight asshole. I'm like, where is the complaint form? I said, he's like, you got 48 hours. I'll be here in 48 hours to come collect. I said, you will not be coming in my house. I promise you that. You better bring an army with you if you think you're going to come in here and take anything of mine. When I don't owe nobody no money. So, I mean, this was an event today. Talking about, on the back it says, we accept payment by the following: bank transfer, credit card, check, credit or debit, payment post, terms and conditions. I mean, whatever, man. These people that pissed me right off today. Let me check up on some of these comments. Carly, I'm seeing your thing. That's why I had chest pains yesterday. Yeah, I'm trying not to say, hey, Charlie Baker, I take no shit from none of these people. So I made sure. I was like, listen, you got to get, like, I get it. People owe people money, and bailiffs probably hear a sad story all the time. But not everybody lying to you. I'm sitting there telling you the God honest truth. I know nothing about this bill, nothing about this debt. So I don't know what you're talking about, right? So, it all came to, it all worked itself out is what I'll say. But it's just amazing that they can come to your house, threaten you with your goods, threaten to seize your stuff. Imagine if I moved the TV out of here. I literally could be legally in trouble for hiding TVs and stuff like that. On a bill, on a debt that I didn't even actually owe. All because the Royal Mail. So the real problem is the Royal Mail has my address. Because there's two main streets in this area, they keep sending it to the other main street, and I don't get it. But then, like, somebody who wants to do an enforcement, they smart enough to actually go to the postcode. Let me see. Kid Creole says the problem with these people is they are slow to update the information in new occupants and tenants to property on their system and continue to send out letters to exactly. They send out this stuff. They slow to update their system. But this was apparently, they told me this was a bill from 2020. A 2020 bill. They said, yeah, it started off with this is let me see, 440 plus 235. What's that, 675? They said it started off as only like 100 pounds. I said, you want me to, you've been chasing me for a 100-pound bill, which has now ballooned itself to 700 pounds. And I don't even owe you any money. That's how I was looking at it. I said, I don't even owe you any money, and you threatening people. So imagine the people who don't have the money to pay, but then they gotta pay. And then, because that's what the bailiff said. He said, pay today, and you can chase your money and get a refund later. I said, sorry, buddy. I don't work like that. I don't just hand out my money to then try to get it back. If I owe you the money, I'll give you the money. No problem. If I owe you, you're gonna get what was owed your way. Don't think you're gonna come to me, threaten me with taking my goods away, for a 700-pound bill. I got the 700 pounds right now, but I don't owe you 700 pounds. And then I'd have been mad. I'd have been really mad because it's my birthday coming up, and I plan to go buy me some Louis Vuitton shoes. So I'd have been double pissed. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man, they threaten people, man. They really hound people. In hindsight, I wish I didn't ball it up so I could show you guys this piece of paper properly, but I was so pissed off. Oh, I was so pissed. Let me catch up some of these comments. I think the bit about not being allowed to remove goods is probably an empty threat. If you sold some possessions, what they gonna do in reality? True. Exactly, Carl. That's a good point. Think about how it's gonna get worse for people as we go through this. What do they call it? What do they say? What do they call it? cost of living crisis that we're going through. This is about to get even worse. They're gonna have real bailiffs showing up to people, taking people's cars, TVs, couches. You know, I was just having a chat with one of my friends. Was like, even if they took, you know, this TV that I paid several £1,000s for, what's a secondhand TV gonna be worth? A quarter of what I paid for it? You know? And that's what's gonna happen up and down the country. You know, especially when you got right now people in this country talking about not paying their power bill in the wintertime as that comes up. Woo! And I feel you. I understand. I wish I could get behind not paying the power bill, you know, the gas and electric, because these people making out like bandits, making record profit, but then trying to charge you, you know, exorbitant amount of cost to keep yourself warm at night. Oh, you got 2 jobs, Carly, coming up. So you gonna know what I'm going through. Yeah. So Alex, I thought it was an empty threat, but you know, when they show up at your house, you know, I've seen that TV show, you know, that television show, Can't Pay, Will Take It Away, and I've seen them like take people's cars, take people's like, I don't know, power washer. You know, take people's hot tubs if they have to, just to settle a debt, you know. And so I get it, but you know, it was ridiculous for me, and it was just unnecessary and uncalled for that you put me through all this stress today. I'm yelling, screaming, broke my own glass in my own house over a debt because I'm furious at the way this bailiff is talking to me, telling me, having the nerve and the cheek to tell me I need to pay my bills. You're not paying your bills, and you need to settle this bill. You need to say, I'm like, bro, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I called you 2 weeks ago when you sent me this email asking you to call me to tell me what in the heck are you talking about? Because when you emailed me, I didn't even know what this was. It didn't say who I owed the money to or what it was for. I email you, I call you, leave a voicemail, you never call me back. The only thing I know is you showing up at my front door with this piece of paper talking about I owe you this money. And an enforcement fee of £235, mind you. Off a bill which was originally less than £100. And they want me to pay 7 times the amount. You must be out of your mind. You must be out of your mind. You messed with the wrong one. Like I told a couple people before who followed my channel before. You messed with the wrong one. I got resources, so if I gotta sue somebody, I'll sue somebody. Like I told the council lady, I said, hey, I'm recording this call because I need to know who I need to sue if I gotta sue. She was like, you don't have my permission to record my call. I said, the hell, I don't have the permission to record this call. When I call you, you say you recording a phone call for training purposes and whatever the spiel said. So you can have a recording, but I can't have a recording? I sure sounds like I'm recording this call. You best believe you being recorded. Talking to me about this, I need to know who I'm talking to. So when I go to court, if I gotta take enforcement actions on your butt and come to the council and start seizing goods to get my stuff back, I know who I was talking to. Because you can know exactly what I said. And they was talking about you don't have my permission to record me on the phone. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I just told you. So what you gonna do? I was like, Kirsty, what you gonna do? You gonna hang up this phone? Because I sure as heck am recording this call. And it's funny how they get like that. They think they can record you, but you can't record them. They get to have a record. They get to keep a record, but you can't keep a record. Nah, I'm gonna keep a record for myself. Best believe. Best believe I had a record of this Kirsty lady from the council telling me that I owe them some money. Yeah, right. You owe me some money. You owe me a new glass is what you owe me for me breaking my glass. Pissing me right off. Sending people to the hospital. But you know, the gall of these people, man, the gall of these people is just beyond me, man. It's really beyond me. It just really is. Yeah, I would say, does anybody have any stories about bad debt or debt collectors? But that's not something I wish on any of you guys. I don't want none of you guys to have to deal with some debt collector coming into your house trying to tell you that they're going to take your stuff away. But Yeah, I try not to swear, Carly. I do swear, trust me. I'm not a Boy Scout. So, I was telling my friend, I was like, did you hear me yelling? Because I was yelling. Hey, Howard, how we doing? Hey, Riley. That's right. Howard calls me Riley now. I once did a job where my calls were recorded. I hated having to listen to my recorded self for development purposes. Exactly. I don't like hearing my. It's funny you say that, Howard. Like I do a YouTube, right? Not Howard, but Alex. I say that. You say that about hearing your voice, and I do YouTube, and I hate the way I sound, and so I hate watching my videos back because I think I sound like an idiot. So I know the feeling. I know the feeling, but I'm like, I called the council. It was like, she's like, you don't have my permission to record me. Well, I'm recording you. Period. You work for the government. And I don't trust none of you guys. Just like I don't trust the Border Patrol agents. That's still an ongoing case for my longtime followers who know all about the government and the Border Patrol, what they did to me and my family. With my manager scrutinizing everything about my performance on the phone. Oh yeah, I've had a job like that where I had to take phone calls and be recorded, but this is back in the day. So, I didn't want to take much time. I just wanted to give you guys my reaction to this life in the UK as an American living here, dealing with what is it called? It's all ripped up. What does it say? Notification of enforcement agent visit from Bristow and Sutor, whoever they are. Furious. Absolutely furious. Oh, here's it. Additional details of how to pay are on the reverse. If you cannot pay in full, I will need to take control of your goods, but not necessarily remove them immediately. You will need to sign a controlled goods agreement to allow the goods to remain with you whilst you pay this debt. A further arrangement to pay. Let's just do this right here. I don't owe you no money. Didn't owe you in the first place. It's out of here. Okay? That's exactly what I did to it the first time. I was like, you must be out of your mind. Yes, Carly, I'm going to address that in another live video. Stay tuned. I assume you get debt collectors. Of course you get debt collectors. They call you in the U.S. and they chase you up. Hey, Sid Spin, I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah. That's in the next video. So I'm going to sign this video off, and I will address my hospital visit. So see you guys in 5 seconds. Bye now.